There's a bounty out on Matt Murdock's head, and Daredevil's about to find out why. It starts with this gangster dude, Sammy Silk. He's talking crazy to the Kingpin. Some serious balls on this guy. It all starts in Daredevil Volume 2, Issue 26 from 2002. Sammy Silk's sitting on a couch talking about how he misses the old days. He's telling the Kingpin and his men a story about his uncle who owed a loan shark some money and couldn't pay it back. Obviously the loan shark killed him, and Sammy says he misses the way things used to be. Now they hire mutant assassins and ninjas. Kingpin just asks what his point is, and Sammy says, "I'm sick of it." Sammy pipes up and says Fist sucks at hiring these guys to do his dirty work. He asks Fist how many times he needs to get his fat ass handed to him before he takes a hint. Fist just stares coldly, and Sammy keeps talking crazy. He says, "My guess? You wanted to play dress up since you were a kid, but you're too fucking fat then." Fist tells Sammy his presence in his city has only been tolerated to repay a debt to Sammy's dad. He says Sammy's done nothing but instigate shit, and he will no longer be tolerated. Fisk ends his shit talk session by saying, "Run back home to daddy and tell him our debt is paid." Sammy asks Fisk how he is on Roman history. Fisk just looks at him and Sammy says, "That's disappointing." He says if he knew the story of Julius Caesar, then what he's got would knock his socks off. Fisk's men start stabbing him, like 5 dudes at once. Well, Sammy's saying, "So it began. Those who had came prepared for the murder brought daggers and surrounded Caesar from every side. Every way he turned, he saw the cold steel aimed in his face. They all agreed to take part in the sacrifice and all fleshed themselves with his blood, and Caesar did fall." Before we get too deep, make sure you like and subscribe, and if you hate the video, tell me to go fuck myself in the comments. Anyways, let's get back to the story. The line Sammy's referencing is about Julius Caesar's assassination, written in the style of Plutarch's Life of Caesar. But who cares about all that? Y'all are here to see some Daredevil. After Fisk gets stabbed the hell up, we cut to Matt Murdock a week ago, in court, doing what he does best, cooking the entire room with lawyer bars. I'm not gonna read all the legal shit, but just know he's sharp, confident, and yes, I hear every line in Charlie Cox's voice. Bro's the perfect Matt Murdock. Every word he says sounds exactly like Charlie's adaptation. There's no one better to play Daredevil. Matt's ripping into a pharma giant that knowingly sold a deadly product. They ignored safety, kids died, and the company tried to bury the truth. He's exposing pure greed, choosing profit over human lives. As Matt's doing his thing, he's listening to the jurors' hearts, knowing the verdict before it's even out. Matt wins in court and steps outside to the people with cameras surrounding him, calling his name, trying to get a picture of the great Matt Murdock. While that's happening, Matt notices a high-pitched hum. He doesn't recognize it at first. He thinks it's a camera, but he'd never heard anything like it. He starts to smell battery acid as the man walks out of the crowd talking directly to Matt. The man says, "Was it worth it?" Matt replies, "Was what worth it?" The man says, "This," and dude explodes like a human bomb, sending people and cars flying back. Matt gets into a car that flips over. People, cars, everything flies through the air, injuring countless civilians. After that, the man just adjusts his hat and walks off. Matt gets out the car that had been flipped over onto his side, and first thing bro does is rush to help Foggy. His senses are going crazy from the blast. He can hear, smell, taste, literally everything. The blast turned his senses up to 12. Matt tries to save Foggy, but all he can hear is someone playing Frampton Comes Alive too loud, and it's hurting his head. He can't even hear Foggy's heartbeat. He picks up Foggy. He's okay, but Matt's head is going crazy, hearing everything. Foggy tells Matt to put on his uniform, the guy might do this again. Matt cuts out and gets his suit on and goes after the guy. He tracks bro using his sense of smell. Battery acid. He jumps at the bomber in this dope-ass shot. God, I love Daredevil. The bomber turns around just as Daredevil's about to pull a drop attack on him from Arkham. He catches Daredevil mid-jump using his powers, and he says, "They told me you might show up." Then he sends Matt flying into a building. So this guy's actually Nitro. Yeah, that Nitro. Same dude who would go on to blow up Sanford, which started the Civil War event, back in 2006. But this was way before he started taking mutant growth hormone. Anyways, Matt's head's still going crazy and can't focus at all. His head is still ringing like crazy. His inner monologue is just random sensory overload. Pop-Tart, stove cleaner, egg on the floor, 2 crack ribs. Focus! Nitro's still running when Daredevil literally jumps on dude's head and cracks him across the chin. Dude hits him again and grabs him up, demanding for Nitro to tell him who sent him. Daredevil goes crazy and lets the devil out. He tells dude, "Tell me or I swear to God you die right now." Just then the cops pull up, a rookie and a vet. The rookie is tripping. He jumps out the car yelling for Daredevil to drop the baton after the vet already told him to follow his lead. Bro listens as well as my 2-year-old. Matt's radar is blinking in and out. He doesn't even notice the cops at first. He smells leather and gunpowder and thinks, "Safe man's bet, I have a gun pointed at me." The vet tries to grab the rookie's gun, saying he's making an ass of himself, but Daredevil keeps beating Nitro as the cops yell for him to put it down. The cop shoots at Daredevil, but he dodges at last second. The bullet hits Nitro in the leg. Daredevil growls at the cop, "Put that gun away, I won't tell you again." The vet grabs the rookie, telling him he's an idiot, and Daredevil flips off, getting away. Cut to Daredevil messing up some dudes in the car garage. He hits the first dude in the jaw with his billy club, then hits the second guy with it, picks bro up, and tosses him into a parked car. We see Daredevil's paying a visit to the Kingpin, and it's his men he's beating on. Fisk just asks what's happening. Kingpin was blinded a few issues before this by Maya Lopez, Echo, shooting Bro in the face in Daredevil Volume 2, Issue 15. Matt blames Fisk for setting Nitro. Fisk just says one explosion. Matt's listening to his heart. It actually calms when Daredevil spoke. Kingpin's glad to hear Daredevil's voice. Fisk doesn't know anything about the explosion, and his heartbeat proves it. He recognizes all the heartbeats behind him but one. He points at Sammy Silk. And Fisk's blind eyes don't even know what he's pointing at. Sammy Silk steps forward, saying he didn't mean to stare at nothing. I just ain't never seen a guy all dressed up in his underwear. That pisses Daredevil off. He hits Bro in the chin with his billy club and tells Fisk to keep his mutts on a leash. Cut back to 3 months ago. Silk is in a meeting with some mafia boys. One of them introduces Sammy, and another guy says Sammy's dad and Kingpin used to run shit back in the day. Sammy says it's true and he needs to get a hold of Fisk ASAP. They tell him to get used to the feeling, and another dude says, if you grew up with the big guy, then you know little Fisky Jr. Sammy turns and sees Richard Fisk in the corner of the room, not talking or looking at anyone. Sammy calls out to him, but Richard ignores him. Richard Fisk is the crime boss known as the Rose. First appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 253. Matt walks up to Nelson and Murdock's attorneys at law, and he walks in. He opens the door and senses a piece of paper on the desk. He walks up to it, picks it up, sniffs it, and reads it with his fingers. The note says, Matt, there's an open bounty on your head. $500,000. I don't know who put it out or why, but it is out there, and you're now open season. Try not to die. Signed E. He knows who wrote that note by the scent. It was Elektra. His mind flashes to when he was holding Karen Page, dead in his arms from Daredevil Volume 2, Issue 5. After Bullseye hit her in the chest, killing her with Daredevil's own billy club. Then his mind flashed to Bullseye, and finally it flashes to him holding Elektra's dead body in his arms after Bullseye killed her in Daredevil Issue 181. This guy's girlfriends almost have it as bad as Batman's Robins. One of them's always fucking dying. He sees a broken sword on the floor next to his desk and he picks it up. He stands near the window. As he's sniffing the sword, a red laser appears on his forehead. Matt looks up, notices it, and vanishes. The laser is coming from a sniper who has him in his sights. The assassin gets hit in the face with a billy club, falls back, puts his sight back into the attorney's office, looking for Matt. Did this guy not realize he just got whacked in the face by something? He's looking for Matt in the window where he was standing, but instead of Matt, he just sees a red boot coming right for him. Daredevil stomps on his face while adjusting his mask. He picks up the sniper, dismantling it, and finally dropping it on the roof, stomping the barrel, completely fucking up the gun. The assassin was revealed to be Jensen Walker Jr., Shotgun, long-running Punisher ally, and first appeared as the Daredevil bad guy in issue 272 from 1964. To be honest, my favorite arc with him is Punisher Warzone, issue 5-6. Bro is so sick, he's always got crazy big guns. Anyways, Shotgun pulls out 2 pistols and fires them at Daredevil, who kicks the guns out of his hand and does this unnecessary flip. Shotgun pulls a knife, and again, Daredevil kicks it out of his hand. Did this guy not learn? Daredevil grabs his collar and dumps him over the edge of the building, and Daredevil pulls him back up onto the roof. Shotgun goes to get up, and Daredevil pinches a pressure point, making dude look like a frog. He opens the paper, seeing a picture of Matt Murdock on it. He flips the paper over and sees the writing on the back. Matt Murdock, New York City. Open bounty. Call if interested. Just then, Daredevil senses someone watching him. He looks over and sees a man standing on the roof across from him, holding a boomerang. Obviously, it's a longtime Spider-Man villain, or friend now, I guess. Nope, just checked. They're not friends anymore. And Boomerang's dead. Or actually, he's alive. Or actually, he's a zombie symbiote. I don't fucking know, bro. Modern Marvel comics are weird. Boomerang first appeared in Tales to Astonish 81 from 1966. Anyways, Boomerang deadass shits himself when he locks eyes with the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Bro takes off across the roof, jumping from building to building, trying to get away. He climbs down a fire escape and jumps into a dumpster. He looks up and sees Daredevil standing in front of him, menacing as fuck. Fire steals a boomerang and Matt dodges it and lunges at the villain. He picks him up, holding him in the air till the boomerang comes back, hitting dude in the head. Daredevil throws him back into the street, grabbing a piece of paper out of his coat, slamming him on a taxi nearby. When he opens it, he realizes it's the same one Shotgun had. Daredevil hands him to the police and senses someone in the crowd of New Yorkers. Someone familiar. Someone he knows. He searches and searches until he can sense one of his biggest, worst, most evil, vile villains. It's Bullseye standing in the crowd, watching him, with a smirk on his smug, sadistic face. And then everything stops. The city noise fades. Matt can feel him before he even sees him. And then, Matt loses him in the crowd. He disappears without a trace. And just like that, the biggest menace in Matt's life dips into the crowd like he's grabbing milk, just like my dad. Let me break down everything we just saw before I wrap this up. Kingpin got Julius Caesared by his own men. Matt's life is a nightmare as usual. He's got every type of assassin coming after him. Mutant, normal, take your pick. And they're hunting Matt Murdock, not Daredevil. That's new. And the wildest part, Kingpin isn't even behind it. At least that's what he says. Me personally, I'm not buying anything until I see it. Trust me, things only get crazier from here. One last thing I want to mention is I covered issues 26 to 28. And in issue 28, there's no dialogue. Nothing. A silent issue. And bro, I fucking loved it. Daredevil doesn't even need to talk to be intimidating. Anyways, thank you boys for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see what happens next. I got Punisher Max shorts damn near daily and other random comic miniseries shorts too. I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace.